I've got my everybody has their lines they say that people remember. And this is the point in the show where we talk about our only sponsor right now. Our only sponsor is my company, Cycle Forward Films. And this is also a time where I get to talk about things that are happening with movies, things that we have done, and I get to just show people our proofs of concept when we have them. But in addition to that, I have a video that I showed Jamel that now I'm going to show to the audience. One of the things in the future that we want to do is we want to do film festivals. So there is a film festival here called the Twin City Film Festival. And last year, Jamel took me to that festival and showed me around. So I also videotaped some of that. So I want to show that to the audience. But before I show that to the audience, I want to show a shout. I want to throw a shout out to two of our first founders who donated to the show.
Hey.
We've got Devin and we've got Joe.
Whoa!
I just want to give them a shout out because every bit of support that we get for the show guarantees that every week we're going to be able to do the show. We're going to be able to come to you live, and we're going to be able to eventually have our studio, and we're going to start making our sketch show. And from our sketch show, we're going to have short films. And when we do have those short films will be able to be showed at the film festival that I'm going to show a small clip from now. While the clip is showing, we all can chime in and add to it. Jamel, you can chime in as well. We also ran into some people that know Jamel, so here we go. Okay, so I'm going to start it from the beginning. Doing things like this is also a proof of concept. So that when we start filming, people will know, hey, the capability is there. Have either of you guys ever been down to the film fest before? Clint or Katie? Clint, have you ever been to the film fest before?
Yeah. But I probably went about once and I fell asleep and I never back. I'm just being honest.
I had to turn down the volume on that. I guess I can turn it up when Jamel starts talking. Okay, so Jamel, tell me, man, when are they going to show your film here? And what's the name of your film?
I guess we'll have to see for next year.
And what's the name of your
But for now, you'll be able to see us on the Clint Initiative podcast. And then everything will grow from there.
And when is that podcast coming?
That podcast is going to be launched in February, so stay tuned.
So, Katie, have you ever been down to the film festival?
No, I have not.
Well, as you can see, it's pretty big. And it looks like they certainly have no problem getting sponsors, huh?
the drink, not the dose.
Cannabis infused.
Say again?
I say cannabis infused. Sounds interesting.
They were giving out free samples, so I figured I got to show.
Hey, Bill Cooper.
It's just
What, on a scale of 1 to 10,
He's,
how would you rate
he's
him
also
as
a
an
good
how
teacher.
would I rate? Oh, A
I
plus.
was
A
in one of his
actor?
classes.
Best student, right?
This guy,
This is my
this guy was in
my
our
acting
very first promo we did
Yes, when it was at Block E.
when it was
downtown,
at Block
downtown
E
Minneapolis.
15 years ago. We shot that 15 years ago. And he's been around since.
Years? Yeah, some years. So if you had to say how many years
My
have you been
photographer.
photographing Jamel?
Like 5 at least.
Really?
5 years. Yeah, because one of our very first shoots was the vampire shoot with Dallas.
Really?
Yeah, on his ranch. Yeah.
He was also good. He's a really good photographer.
Okay. Okay. Now the next book we get to learn Janelle's deep dark secret. I hope you guys are ready. I love that t-shirt right there.
What's the number one thing that you would want the world to know about the Clinton Initiative podcast co-host? What's the one thing you want them to know?
Two things. He's a vampire. He never ages. He is the same as I saw him about a decade ago. He's the kindest person in this world. If you don't know
That's
him,
not true.
you're missing out. He is genuine, and this person is
That's kind of true.
smart beyond belief. All you do is talk to him once, and you'll be in love with him just like I've been in love with him for 11 years.
Butt kisser.
Okay. So that was just a little snippet of, and just, you know, film festivals isn't our future. Once we actually start shooting our short films and our feature films, and there are like major film festivals right here in Minnesota. So for us to be a part of those film festivals, we don't even have to leave the state. So that's I want to sort of show that to everyone, and to just let everyone be able to see that. So anybody have any comments about that, or are we ready to move on?
Film festival. What do you think, before we move on, what do you think should be our first shot to enter to the film festival?
Well, I tell you what, that's a discussion for offline. That's one of those offline. Because in order for you to enter something in the film festival, you have to have already finished production.
Mhm.
You have to have a product.
Normally, like right now is when the films are being looked over to be shown in the film festival. Everything is being submitted right now.
Yep. I went onto their website and took a look, and yeah, people are already submitting films. And the film festival is not going to be until near the end of the year, October, or
Yeah. It's
around
usually the last 2 weeks in October.